Welcome to Hostile Talk with Big Red. Make sure before we start this conversation that you hit the like and subscribe button so you can get notifications of future episodes for serious conversations like this one we're about to talk about. So the conversation we're going to speak on today: can men truly be friends with women? Platonically, that is. Especially if you are in a relationship, a committed relationship. Say husband and wife. And this conversation is going to be based off of this video made by Taylor Rooks and Joy Taylor of the Too Personal podcast. Joy Taylor made it a red flag for men who do not have female friendships, and they are in turn also in a relationship. I don't think I can agree with that. Maybe because I have an issue with what's deemed a friendship. Let's take a look at the video and see what these two have to say on the subject matter. Let's pop it up here right quick.
My mind. What is on your mind, my sweet Joy?
It's sort of in the same vein. I'm tired of talking about male friendships. I saw this video resurface again of this woman talking about how she was interested in this man until she found out that he made an elaborate dinner for his female friend. And that is something that she just does not want in her life. And to be clear, I respect anyone's boundaries for relationships. Like, what works for you is likely not what works for me. And if you have a hard line that he will not have any female friends and I will not have any male friends, and that's what works for you, love that for you. But this sweeping statement of like, it is so outrageous that he would cook for his female friend, make an elaborate dinner for his female friend. I want to tell everyone this. I have amazing male friendships. One of my oldest friends in life is a man. We've known each other since we were literally children. He's not going anywhere. One of my best friends is a man. He is a chef. He cooks for me all the time. He's a chef. Okay, I like food. He's a chef. It's how he expresses affection to everyone. He cooks for everyone. He doesn't just cook for me. He cooks for the women he's interested in. He cooks for his male friends. He has big barbecues. He's a wonderful cook, and he likes to cook for people.
Okay, I'll play that again. Okay, he's for the streets then. He cooks for everybody. Great. Can he do the other regular things that males do with other friends, with their other male counterparts? Can he hang out till 3 a.m. with a female, just hang out at her house and just be friends and have conversations by themselves? Let's get back into the video.
And I like to eat food, and I like to spend time with my friend. I pour him Hennessy. He cooks the food. We have a great, night catching up, and then he goes to do whatever he's going to do, and so do I. And nothing in my life will ever change that. No man I'm ever dating will ever take any friendship out of my life that is not up to me. But I want you guys to know that this is not the standard for what is a healthy relationship. It might work for you, but that doesn't mean it works for everyone. And I'll take it a step further. I don't want to date a man that doesn't have any female friendships.
Bingo!
I don't want to date a man who only gets input from other men and who has all women in 2 categories: your mother or your aunties, or someone I want to sleep with. You have to have a broader spectrum on women and their value in your life if you're going to be with me.
What's wrong with that, though? What's wrong with having just your friendships if you want to call that, that's just family. I even hate to call it a friendship because, kids ain't really supposed to be friends with their parents. That's just people who can give you advice, people who have been through what you're going through now that can pass down some important information to help your life be better. But the thing is, she tried to take it back a little bit. She's saying that's not the natural standard. Yes, it is. How is that not the natural standard? Do we not teach? I hope fathers do teach their children this, their daughters at least anyway. And you can say the sons too. Have we not heard of things called booty call hours? Why is that a thing? And I would like to hear you guys say, what is the actual booty call hours? Is it 11 o'clock? Is it 12? Does it start at 2 a.m.? Let me know in the comments. How is this not a thing all of a sudden? You know why it's not a thing? Because we know if you're going to a female's friend's house or of any kind, for the most part, I'm not saying it doesn't work for anybody, but for the most part, if you go over, a girl invites you to her house at 2 a.m, and she says she just wants to talk, do you think it's just going to be a conversation? For the most part. A lot of times, if he can be friends with her, it's because, yes, she's already put the boundary in place. She put him in the friend zone because she's not attracted to him. She doesn't have anything, well, he doesn't have anything that she wants. So he can stay in the friend zone. I can say for a fact, okay, I won't say a fact, it's an opinion. It's a strong opinion. I hate saying fact if we can't prove it all the way. But it's an opinion, a strong opinion. If she ever gets tired of the 50 guys she's dated and it has not worked out with any of the 50 guys, she's like, I'm just tired of relationships. I just want to give this cookie up right now. That guy that has been friend zoned, it's not going to be like, oh, no, don't give it to me. We're friends. No, you keep it there. You put the top back on that jar. I don't want none of that cookie. Yeah, right. We know that's not happening. Furthermore, where does the line not become blurred between what's a relationship and what's a friendship? If you can do everything besides have sex, let's just take sex out of the equation. If you can do everything that your girlfriend can do, if she can cook you elaborate dinners, then why can't she cook you elaborate dinners? If she can talk to you till 3 and 5 in the morning and have deep conversation, what separates you from the girlfriend? If you're friends, you should be able to do anything that your wife can do besides the sex part. You should be able to sit on her bed and watch Living Single, Sex in the City, whatever new show that's on, Power, whatever. You should be able to watch these shows and not have to worry about any feelings being drawn. See, that's the problem. See, you can have boundaries, but when you blur the line to where it looks like you're giving her girlfriend benefits or giving him girlfriend benefits, guys are usually going to think about sex. The other way around that is if she has her line blurred to where he is giving you boyfriend benefits or husband benefits, he can't tell the difference because you're doing the same thing that you do with your girlfriend besides have sex. Emotion is going to be drawn, and then there's going to be a connection. It might not be a connection you want to give, but it's going to be there because she doesn't know the difference between if you're a friend, girlfriend, or wife. That's why there has to be a boundary there. But I'm going to get back to it. I'm going to play more of this video, see what she has to say.
Totally. Well, first off, only getting information and opinions from other men sounds terrifying.
Terrifying.
So I encourage that to not be what anybody does ever, but you're totally right, because the more we keep talking about, can you have friends of the opposite sex, the more I start feeling like everybody is like primal animals in a zoo. You literally cannot physically be around someone of the opposite sex without just like your clothes coming off. Like I don't
Crazy.
get it. I don't, and I would never have any relationship that I'm ever in. Like, I'm not going to tell my partner, you can't be around women, because if I feel like I have to tell you that, what does that say about what I think you're like when I'm not with you? That I can't trust you to be around women, that like platonically. I would say that says more about my choices and who I'm with, because I'm never going to feel like I have to control you or I have to monitor the friendships that you are in.
See, y'all make it about sex. See, here's the thing. When you're in a friendship, and I'll say this about when you talk about your relationship with your family members as well, too. When you talk to your auntie, your mother, your sister, usually you're only going to give the best qualities about what argument maybe you and her had. You're not going to paint yourself in the bad picture because, well, maybe you don't see yourself in the bad picture. And so you're going to talk about what she did wrong and what you did was right. And they're going to be on your side. And a lot of times that works, they'll hate her because like, well, how could you treat my nephew, my son, my brother this way? How could you do that? And she's over there, well, he didn't tell you the entire story. So they're over there hating on you, the girlfriend or wife, and they haven't heard the whole story. Most of the time, when you have those conversations with your family members or friends, you don't paint yourself in a bad picture. You don't be like, man, I really messed up. She was completely right. I shouldn't have ate all her food. She was completely in the right. And I should have saved her some. You're normally not going to give that type of answer or type of explanation when you're talking to your family members. Same thing with your friends. Let's say your female friend. Most of the time, you're looking for sympathy or empathy. And you're looking for her to be on your side and pat you on your back and tell you, hey, everything's going to be okay. She was wrong for how she reacted to you. And then she's going to feel like she's a step closer to being the girlfriend or the side chick or whatever you want to say. All right? In the meantime, you may be going through it with your girlfriend. Y'all may be separating from each other little bit by little bit. And here she is on the side getting closer to you. And then you have a weak moment and you're over at her house at 5 a.m. because there's no boundaries. But there's nothing wrong with that all of a sudden, because you can just be friends, no problem. And that's where she's going to pounce on you. Same thing the other way. We put these boundaries into place because it helps the mate feel secure for herself. Let's say a law. You're not supposed to steal. You're not supposed to rob anybody. I should be able to leave my wallet on my dashboard and not have to worry about anybody stealing it. We have laws in place that will put you behind bars if you were to steal something. Now, it won't stop everybody from stealing something from you, but if you have a law with consequences, you'll second guess yourself. First is you just say, hey, whatever happens, happens. So if you put a rule into place, or you can call it a law, depending on how stringent she is, I don't want you out past 2 a.m, or I don't want you staying over a girl's house until the next morning. Don't put yourself in that position so you're enticed to do something that you shouldn't do, because it'll hurt me. It's not just about you, it's about me. I understand there's a thin line between where a rule is for protection and a rule is for control. But at the least bit, come home at a decent time. I'm not saying you can't be friends in an open setting, or you can't invite her over at a barbecue amongst other friends and you can't laugh or tell a joke or two. I'm just saying it can't be just completely open where you're saying, I can be friends with a male and do anything I want, and he shouldn't worry about it. There should be no boundaries. Can he really go on a cruise with your his female friend, be gone for 7 days, and you're telling me you're okay with that? Maybe you are, but I think you're foolish. Gotta be foolish for thinking that's just gonna be okay. And vice versa. He would not want you to go on a cruise, staying in one hotel with one bed. Hell, you should be able to sleep beside each other if you're just friends. You should be able to wear anything you want to around the house. You're just friends. It's just skin. But we know that's not true. Let's see what else they got to say.
Like, has anybody actually ever said to you, if you don't stop this male friendship that you're in, I'm not going to be with you? Has that happened?
Yeah. And in my less mature, less healed phases in life, I would oblige that. And credit to my male friends for, loving me through these different journeys, because when that relationship inevitably ends because it's not a healthy relationship, they're like, yeah, girl, we knew like he wasn't going to last. And we just respected your space and what you were asking from us, which they didn't have to do. They could have been like, nah, you're shady and you don't actually value our friendship. And they knew I was in a bad space, and that's why I allowed that to happen. But there's no way that I would be with someone who, one, thinks so little of me that I would have a male friend in my life that I'm cheating on them with. Like, first of all, I can do whatever I want. Okay.
Literally.
Stop disrespecting me. If I want to fuck this person, I'm going to do that. And there's nothing you can do to stop me, and vice versa. Like, there's nothing you can do to stop someone from doing that to you. So the fundamental trust in a relationship has to exist. And again, if you girls are out there and you're like, you sound crazy, I don't want any women around my man, and I don't want any men around me, by all means, I love this for you. Have at it. Just stop talking about the rest of us. Like, we don't know what's going on. Yeah,
because you don't. This has been the standard for centuries. There are limits to how far you can go with a male friend, if you want to call it that. I'm not even sure you should be able to call it a male friend, because, like I said, if you're put in a compromised position, like the ones I named earlier, and somehow the lines can be blurred between, oh, I think we probably should move it a step further and maybe go in a relationship. Oh, maybe we now don't have to go in a relationship. I can just be his side chick and just have sex with him. And he can go back home to her and he can reap all the other benefits. Whatever that is. What's the difference? This has been the standard for centuries, and all of a sudden, I can be able to do whatever the hell I want. I want to have sex with him, I can do that. You can't stop me. Well, that's true of anything if that's the case. People can break the laws every day, but you know what? They put consequences in front of laws to deter people from breaking laws. You can drive without a seatbelt what you want, but if you get caught without driving that seatbelt, you can get in an accident and get thrown from the car and get horribly hurt and maimed or die. Or you get caught without a seatbelt, get pulled over, get a ticket, have to pay something that is going to go to your light bill, and now have your lights turned off, and now you're reading in the dark, lighting some candles. The consequences are there because we care about what actually can happen to you. Rules are put into place because we care about what can happen to you. It's the same argument with, I can wear whatever I want to. Yeah, you can wear whatever clothes you want to. And no, No man should ever touch you based on what kind of clothes you have. But it's not a perfect world. If it was a perfect world, we wouldn't have rules and laws in place. There are men out there that are thirsty and will touch you and do things to you they shouldn't do because they have no manners and they have no boundaries. A lot of times it's just up here. But this is why we have to have boundaries into place. And men can see that, hey, we don't want you hanging out in God knows the deep, darkest place at these times at night, wearing these type of clothes, because there are dangerous people out there. They don't care about boundaries. So we'd rather you change your clothes, not trying to control you, trying to protect you. Women, ladies, we'd like you to not hang out at some stranger's house thinking y'all just friends, having conversations at God knows what time, booty call hours. Again, I would like to hear what hours those are to see if we can come to agreement on that. We know there's a reason why there's a thing called booty call hours, because people, there's no longer time for talk. Other things are going to happen. Or people are going to say, hey, if I'm over here this late, that means I can be a side chick, or he must want something more. And what if he just wants friendship? And now you feel bad for it because you had all these pent up sexual thoughts. He turns you down. I guarantee you though, those thoughts just don't go away just because he wants to be friends with you. The moment he is in a bad place with his girlfriend and an opening shows up and it's 2 a.m. or booty call house, then you're going to pounce on him like a tiger on a deer in open season in the summertime, whatever that feels like. There's a reason why we have laws like this in relationships, because you don't put yourself in a compromising position where something can happen outside the boundaries of a relationship. And again, what separates a relationship and a friendship if you can do all the same things you do in a relationship besides the sex? And even with some people, if you're saying they can be friends with benefits, because some people believe that too. Some people don't think there's a thing to have sex with another person who's in a relationship, or have sex with a person who's not in a relationship. Just have sex with them and it's just a friend with benefits. And normally that doesn't last long. Normally people don't have friends with benefits for the rest of their life. Normally it turns into something else, or that disappears altogether. So I do not agree with these two, that it's a red flag if you don't have female friends. You can have acquaintances. You can have people you love to, or cool or talking with, you can laugh with and stuff like that. But friends, maybe the word friends is just watered down for me. Maybe that's what it is. I don't count everybody as my friend. There's people I'm cool with talking with. Hell, I've talked with people in a Target or a Walmart. They just pick me out of a lineup and just start talking to me about their life and things that they're going through. I have no idea why they talk to me. They just wanted to. But they're not my friends. Just someone who wanted to talk. And I wanted to get away from them badly because I was ready to go home. I had ice cream in the shopping cart. It was melting. So that's it, what I'm going to talk about with this video. Thank you for joining in. Make sure and hit the like and subscribe button. And thank you for joining Hostile Talk with Big Red. And I will see you on the next episode.